Welcome back, fight fans. Welcome back. Welcome back. Let's just dig right into it. Salute everybody. Salute. If you just joined in the IBFP, salute. If you just entering in, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. If you're in the building, hit the thumbs up button. Jay, I see you. Yo, my brother, salute. Fred, salute. Kevin, salute. Hit that thumbs up. The landlord is here, and guess what? The rent is due. You're absolutely right. The rent is due, and somebody got to pay, or somebody's getting evicted. Let's not play these games. Let's go. Augustine, Francisco Moreno, Warlord, the mighty UGC boxing channel. Salute to Black Horseman, one of the real ones. We're Sean Johnson, salute my brother. Salute Eddie Martin. Mikhail, KO, Pullock, salute, Javier, everybody, salute, my people, salute, Richard, I see you, my brother. Hit the like button if you're in the building. The rent is due, and it's time to pay. The landlord is here, and it's time to pay. Salute to Boxing Monster, Immortal Fox, I Buy Houses, salute, my brother, everybody, salute, Hector, I see you, salute. So let's go ahead and get into it, man, because these fanboys don't want it. Hammer down, salute. And we're going to speak the truth. We're going to speak the truth. JB, my brother, salute. Salute. And I've been getting a lot of fanboys that have been going crazy. So let me tell you, fanboys, the rent is due. So just like Boxing Ego, you're going to be in your mama's basement. The rent is due. The rent is due. Now, established 1982 says, so this is where the Mexican comes to get the jalapenos rubbed. No, that's your mama's house. So that's where they go to get their jalapenos rubbed, is your mama's house, established 1982. Because if you want to speak the truth, if you want to name some facts, let's go. So established 1982, everybody goes to your mama's house to get the jalapenos rubbed with the chips and salsa. See, the problem with 1982 is this dude's a casual and a fanboy. This is why I established 1982, and let me just roast him for a minute. He's an absolute coward, and let me tell you why he's an absolute coward. Because this is the same guy that said Deontay Wilder knocked out Tyson Fury, and I explained to him, because he's such an idiot and a casual, that a knockdown is not a knockout, you idiot. You got to understand the two. So since he got his feelings hurt, he wants to come on here talking trash. Established 1982. Tell your mama to put the jalapenos down and get back to work. But let's keep it going and be honest and unbiased. We are not going to play, because I don't want to bring your mama in it. You brought your mama in it. So we got to be honest and unbiased. And I see you took your picture down, established in 1982. I see you took your picture down because you didn't want me roasting your face. Let's be honest and unbiased. Let's be honest and unbiased. Now I'm hearing a lot of hate on Canelo Alvarez. And you know what? I had an interesting dude stop by my channel the other day, Myron Magnus. Much respect to Myron Magnus. No disrespect to Myron Magnus. But Myron, if you're talking about Canelo Alvarez is a ducker, I'm sorry. But let me just get raw on you. You don't know shit about boxing if you think Canelo Alvarez is ducking any of these clowns. Let's just be honest and unbiased. You don't know shit about boxing if you think that Canelo Alvarez is ducking any of these clowns, because you got to bring some facts. Let's just be honest and unbiased. I'm not going to go in on you. I'm just going to tell you the truth. And so the first thing I'm going to tell you is this. If we're going to look at it honestly and objectively, we're not going to fanboy or protect anybody. First things first, Tyson Fury came out and said Dillian Whyte, and he could have fought Luis Ortiz. First of all, you ducked Dillian Whyte, you stupid coward. And then you also ducked Anthony Joshua, trying to price yourself out. Let's be honest and unbiased. We're not going to fanboy for these guys. We're going to tell the truth. Jamal Charlo is openly ducking Demetrius Andre. Demetrius Andre pulled out of every big fight in his career. He pulled out of the Lotta fight. He's pulled out of the Jamal Charlo fight. What are we talking about here? He won't fight Danny Jacobs. So all the people that are talking about, oh, Canelo should fight Demetrius Andre right now. So you want Canelo to jump from 175 to 160 without a fight in the middle? What are you talking about? These fanboys don't want the truth. And if you want to debate, step in the chat and we can go get it. Jim Calhoun won't get here. Jim Calhoun won't step on. Chocolate Giddy-Up won't step on. They don't want the truth. They don't want to debate because they know we're going to give them the truth. We're going to give them the absolute facts. Step in the chat if you want the truth, if you want the facts. Gervonta Stank Davis. This is the same guy that want to fight all the small guys of the world. You want to move Gary Russell Jr. up. And he don't even want Gary Russell, but if he fought him, he's going to move him up multiple weight classes. You want to move Leo Santa Cruz up multiple weight classes. Why are you not trying to fight Teofimo Lopez? Why are you not trying to fight Devin Haney? Why are you not trying to fight Vasil Lomachenko? See, the one thing that this dude is call out the smoke, but he don't really want it. That's why he's Gervonta Cheeseburger Davis. This is why his name is Jamal No Smoke Charlo. You're turning down $7 million and you keep your mouth shut. You're a coward. Deontay don't want to smoke Wilder. This dude's a coward. People talk all this trash about Anthony Joshua this, Anthony Joshua that. Anthony Joshua took a rematch with a dude that knocked him out off of a loss and didn't need a tune-up and got the belts back. No matter if you like or hate Anthony Joshua, you got to respect that. You got to respect the man willing to bounce back. Deontay Wilder won't even admit that he took an L from Tyson Fury. And then he want to fight tomato cans in a Dominic Brazil and Luis Ancient Alien Ortiz. What are we talking about here? These dudes don't want the truth. These dudes don't want the truth. Come on now. Let's be honest and unbiased. These dudes don't want the truth. And now we get a lot of this Terrence Crawford talk. Terrence Crawford this, Terrence Crawford that. What about the Errol Spence talk? Why is all of these fanboys so happy to say that Terrence Crawford is ducking, Sean Porter instead of saying that, hey, why is Errol Spence not trying to fight him? Errol Spence said he's a savage. Errol Spence said he don't need a tune-up. Errol Spence said he wants all the smoke. You know why Errol Spence want to come back right into the ring? Hold on, we got a fanboy in the building. We got a fanboy in the building. See, this is what happened when you tell the truth. When you tell the truth, it brings the fanboys out. And you know what? Maurice Flagg, I guess you don't know me, my brother, but it is your landlord. And it's time to expose you. See, you didn't come on here wanting to talk boxing. You didn't want to come on here and debate with me about the points of all the dudes. The problem with you is you got glasses and you can't even see, Maurice. That's the problem. And I know why you're so upset. I know why you're cursing. I know why you want to fight, Maurice. It's because you're ugly. It's because you're broke. And I can tell by that dingy white shirt you got on. I can tell by your little brother's fitted cap you got on. You need a shave. Go brush your teeth. Why is your lips chapped, Maurice? Don't get on here and call somebody by your mama's name. See, that's your problem. You want to come on here and call me your mama's name. Don't call me what you call your mama. You got to be honest and unbiased, Maurice. If you want to step in the chat, put on some chapstick first. Don't come on here with dry lips. Don't come on here looking like that. Come on now, Maurice. Be honest and unbiased, Maurice. And change your shirt, boy. You got all them Taco Bell stains on. Stop playing, Maurice. If you want to debate boxing, then debate boxing. Don't get on here name calling with a hideous picture, Maurice. That's what I'm talking about. Brush your teeth promotions, Maurice. Get some chapstick promotions, Maurice. Come on now. Come on now, Maurice. What are you doing? What are you doing? And I can see the pictures in the background of your picture, Maurice. You still at your mama's house. You at your mama's house trying to call me a name, but you need to get up and get a job, Maurice. Come on now, Maurice. You want to get on here and disrespect me for telling the truth, but you sitting up at your mama's house and can't even help her with the rent. You're a coward, bro. You're a coward. And yet, look, if you want to do something, right, Maurice, the first thing you need to do is you need to go to your mama and beg her, please, mama, where's the chapstick? And you know, Maurice, you might not even need the chapstick because you look like a dude that uses Vaseline on your lips. You go put some Vaseline on your lips because you one of them type of dudes. The rent is due, Maurice, and it's your landlord. And if you man enough to step in the chat, I'll be happy to send you a link and body you right now. Step back in the chat, you coward. See, you're going to get on here with some chapped lips and a dingy white shirt and, your little brother fitted cap at your mama house with your grandpa glasses, and you don't want to sit on here and debate the boxing truth. Be honest and unbiased. We're not going to play with these dudes. We're not going to play with these dudes. We're going to be honest and unbiased. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. And we ain't seen Maurice since. That's what I'm talking about. Coming in here looking like a broke Eddie Murphy. What you sitting up here looking like a broke Eddie Murphy? What are you talking about? Maurice looking like, Brokeback Mountain in the hood. What are we talking about, Maurice? What are we talking about? We not going to play with these dudes. These dudes don't want to smoke. If you want to get on here and you want to smoke, Maurice, you better come right. You better come right. We're not going to play. We're not going to play with you. We're not going to play. But let me keep going. And if Maurice, if you step back in the chat, you're going to get it. You're going to get it if you step back in the chat. Maurice, I beg you to step back in the chat. If you want to step back in the chat, then come back in and come get it. Looking like a broke Eddie Murphy. Looking like Brokeback Mountain in the hood. What are you talking about, Maurice? What are you talking about, Maurice? Sitting at your mama's house talking trash, using her phone. You're a coward, Maurice. We're not going to play. We're not going to play. You mad at me that Deontay Wilder didn't knock out Tyson Fury the first fight. See, he killed your whole narrative. Because he did knock him out. The first time. That's why there's a rematch. It's the landlord in the building. Salute my people. We got to be honest and unbiased. These dudes don't want to smoke. This dude coming here. JB says he looked like Bobby Brown promotion. Maurice up here looking like a broke Bobby Brown. Maurice, where are you at? See, you came on here talking, but you don't want to talk boxing. You don't want to talk the truth. You don't want to give what's right. Crusty lip promotion. Ashy ankles promotion. Touch your toes promotion. Come on, Maurice. Don't tell me what you do at your mama's house. You're going to get on here, talk trash to me, but then you don't want to come pull back up when I expose you. See, you're mad that your ugly picture was shown to the world. See, I didn't give birth to you. Your mama did. Let's be honest and unbiased. Come on now, Maurice. Any fanboy that wants it, step up in the chat and you can come get it because we're not going to play. And I'm going to start answering some of the questions. One of the questions I got was from Nick Harmer. Salute to Nick, my brother Nick. Salute. He said, what's your thoughts on Virgil Ortiz possibly being the next boxing superstar? Cheers. Salute to you, Nick. And I think Virgil Ortiz has all the makings to be the next. Hold on. Before we can even answer this, we got to get it. Maurice out here looking like Tyrone Biggums. We had to eat him. Good one, Beast Mode. Look, let's just get back to it. Nick says, Virgil Ortiz, the next superstar. I agree 100%. Virgil Ortiz has shown all of the skills, the power. He's cutting off the ring. Virgil Ortiz is a problem. Now, the difference between Virgil Ortiz and Jaron Ennis is not taking step-up fights. Virgil Ortiz is slowly increasing the level of competition that he's facing. Jaron Ennis must step up right away, and he has more fights than Virgil Ortiz. We need Jaron Ennis to step up. He's almost at, 25 fights. He got to step up. It's time to step up. It's time to get the big one. Let's go. But let's keep it going. And we understand nobody wants to fight, Jaron Ennis and Virgil Ortiz. They're not the type of fighters that these guys want to fight right away. But let's be honest and unbiased about it. Jaron Ennis is farther in the game than Virgil Ortiz. He got to step up now. We need him to go get somebody. And, if you don't want the Robert Guerreros, go get him. Go get the Sergey Lipinets. Go get him. Go get you somebody at 47 so we can say this guy is the real deal. It's time to step up. We need to see it from Jaron Boots Ennis. Not hating. Much love on Jaron Boots Ennis. I think Jaron Ennis and Virgil Ortiz are the future. We just need these guys to step up their levels of competition. Virgil Ortiz is already stepping up. Virgil Ortiz is already showing us he has the makings of a superstar. He's poised. He's knocking out guys who's never been knocked out before. Virgil Ortiz, in my opinion, knocks out Keith Thurman if they fight right now. And I'll debate anybody on it. If anybody want to debate it, we can do it. Virgil Ortiz will knock out Keith Thurman right now. We've seen Keith Thurman hurt to the body against Luis Collazo, against Manny Pacquiao. And Luis Collazo is a long way from Manny Pacquiao. That's who Jaron Ennis should fight. A guy like Luis Collazo, a very good contender, a proven fighter. That makes a lot of sense. because if Jaron Ennis don't get a fight, he needs to move away from the PBC. He needs to move away from Showtime, and he needs to go to Matchroom or Top Rank and start getting the real fights. Because at this point, the guy is too talented to still be lingering around. Let's be honest and unbiased. Salute to Go Beats Mode in the building. This is the official sponsor of the IBFP. If you don't know what Go Beast Mode is, subscribe to the channel. Look up Go Beast Mode. They bring that fire. They bring that fire. Salute. Salute. You're absolutely right. Jaron Ennis, you know, he's a great fighter, great young fighter. He needs to get more. He needs to get more attention. He needs more promotion. It's absolutely true. It's absolutely true. Salute to IOTBA, Mr. 214. Salute, my brother. Salute. We got to be honest and unbiased, and we're going to keep answering these questions. You know, we seen what Virgil Ortiz did. We see how good he's progressing. And Virgil Ortiz is already calling for the Keith Thurman's fights. He's already calling for the bigger fights. Let's get those fights. Come on now. We got to expose cowards who don't want to take the fights. We got to expose the cowards that don't want to see the big fights. Gervonta Stank Davis, nobody should take him serious. He want to fight Leo Santa Cruz in a cherry pick on pay-per-view. That's garbage truck juice. That's garbage truck juice. That's garbage truck juice. Salute to England, the UK, my brother Nick. I see you. I see you. I see you. IOTBA, we got to make that happen. Hit me on Twitter. Let's make that happen. We can bring some special to the people. I need that communication, my brother. Let's go. And we're going to keep answering the question. What do you think? From Don Swab says, what do you think of Munguia stepping up to middleweight? At the end of the day, I think Jaime Munguia, this is his prove-it fight. If Jaime Munguia doesn't come in here and slaughter Spike O'Sullivan, a guy who's already been knocked out, if he doesn't come in here and slaughter Spike O'Sullivan, then at this point, you know, I think Jaime Munguia is just too green at 22 years old. But I think that he has the size, he has the power, and he has a trainer in a guy like a Hall of Fame legend, Eric Morales. If Eric Morales can bring the best out of Munguia and he slaughters O'Sullivan, I think that 1 or 2 fights, he'll be ready for a title shot. Against a guy like a Triple G, you never know. It makes a lot of sense. We got to see it happen. And Jaime Munguia even said, hey, he needs about 2 more fights and he'll be ready for a title fight. 1 or 2 fights. So let's hold him to it. Let's see what happens. But Munguia needs to come in there defensively responsible. Keep your hands up, move your head, and move your feet. You have to understand, fast feet beats fast hands. We saw that with Anthony Joshua and Andy Ruiz. If you can move your feet, you can beat those hands. I have Jamal Tune-Up Charlo versus Jaime Munguia, if he's showing defense, as a 50-50 fight right now. Because Jamal Charlo is a basic, straight up and down fighter. He's nothing special. I agree 100% IOTBA. I like Jaron Boots Ennis. I think he's a special kid. We need to step up. We need to see him against a guy like Sergey Lipinets. We need to see him in a step-up fight. It's a shame that Jaime Munguia and Jamal Charlo resume are on the same level at this point, because both of these guys are fighting 154-pounders. But except for this point, Munguia has officially moved up to middleweight. Let's go. And look, if Sullivan gets stopped early, we know what it is. Salute to Tim W., my brother. Salute. Salute. Remy 22 says, Nuke, why would Wilder and Fury sign a possible trilogy? This is what I don't understand. If you want to be undisputed, if you want to, if you want to go under, hold on. Let's get them. Let's get them. Dominique says Munguia is food for Charlo. It's food for Charlo. Charlo has Matt Korobov problems. What are we talking about? Charlo is a one-dimensional, straight up and down head-hunting fighter. He's going to get knocked out if he goes against a power puncher, like, a guy like Canelo Alvarez who can counterpunch, or he's going to get completely outboxed if he faces someone like a Demetrius Andre. And Anthony Lumar with his fake jewelry on, this guy looks like he got all of his jewelry out of the dollar store, and he's the first guy to come on here talking about Charlo making money. Anthony, let me explain this to you, my brother. This is what you're not seeing. Charlo's not making money. He's turning down money. He turned down 3 times what he's making right now turned it down to sign with Eddie Hearn. He said, no, I'm not signing with Eddie Hearn. And Eddie Hearn offered him 3 times what he's making. He's okay pinching pennies at the PBC, fighting 154 fighters at 160. And Anthony Lumar, you need to learn how to spell. Let's keep it going because we can't do it. We can't do it. Andre, my Twitter is at IBFP Boxing. If you're on Twitter, follow me on Twitter. We're going to keep it raw. We're going to keep it raw. Scott Brown says multiple PBC fighters keep turning down big fights and career-high paydays because they don't want to cross the street. Deontay Wilder turned down Anthony Joshua, career-high payday. Jamal Charlo turned down career-high payday. Demetrius Andre, Gervonta Stank Davis turned down career-high payday. Vasil Lomachenko, Devin Haney, any of those fights. Errol Spence, career-high payday against a guy like Terrence Crawford. People say Terrence Crawford's not a pay-per-view star. If Terrence Crawford had the right opponent like Errol Spence, that's a super fight. That fight's going to sell. You don't need to worry about it. He turned that fight down because he wanted to fight who? Who? See, nobody had a problem. Nobody had a problem with Sean Porter, choosing not to fight Terrence Crawford and choosing to pursue Errol Spence. Now he don't have a belt. Everybody got a problem with Terrence Crawford pursuing guys with belts. Don't go out there and pursue the wrong guy. Let's be honest and unbiased. And Bud is out here. He needs to go out here and get the wins. He really don't even need PBC, if we're going to be honest and unbiased, Anthony, because we got to look at it like this. Terrence Crawford is getting offers from Golden Boy. Terrence Crawford can end up fighting an undisputed champion moving up from 140. Terrence Crawford has options. Let's go. Let's go. Salute to Sporting Icons, my brother, one of the real ones. If you don't know, now you know. Salute, my brother. Sporting Icons in the building, everybody. It's your landlord. Look, hold on. And Dr. Boxing says Charlo scared Canelo to 175. First of all, Charlo couldn't scare Matt Korobov to 175. What are we talking about? What did Jamal Charlo do or show you against Matt Korobov when he was completely exposed? What did he show you? He showed you nothing. He showed you that he was a one-dimensional fighter who doesn't move his head, who likes to headhunt. Let's be honest and unbiased. These dudes don't want to tell the truth, but we're going to tell the truth because that's what we do. Stop playing. Stop playing. Salute to Babs. Jamal Tuna Charlo. We're not going to play Jamal, whoever I thought Charlo. Gervonta Cheeseburger Davis. Gervonta Stank Davis. Stop playing. Stop playing. The top guys at PBC, even at 154. So how are the top fighters at the PBC? Anthony Joshua is the #1 heavyweight, period. There's no discussion. There's no debate. AJ's #1. So he's one of the biggest stars in boxing, if not the biggest. And the other is Canelo Alvarez. Both of those guys fight on DAZN. What are you talking about? There's no pay-per-view stars on the PBC. Deontay Wilder is not even the face of the PBC. Errol Spence is bigger than Deontay Wilder on the PBC, and he's a heavyweight. That means his career, his ticket sales, and his paydays are garbage truck juice. And only a casual and a fanboy would defend that. Stop playing. Stop playing. We got to be honest and unbiased. We got to be honest and unbiased. Come on now. We got to be real. Salute to the Boone Man, DT3 in BBC. Salute my brother. Salute to the mighty UGC. Salute, on behalf of the UGC, to Charles D. Salute, my brother.
Somebody.
My brother Jefferson in the building. For the love of sports, let's talk about it. Let's stop playing. Let's stop playing. We're in the building and we're roasting fanboys. If there's a fanboy in the chat that want to get it, you can get bodied right now. Any fanboy that wants it, come get it right now. You can get it. The rent is due. Your landlord is here. Let's go. Hold on. Victor says, Nuke, expose these guys for even thinking Charlo stands a chance against Canelo. Let me explain to you something why people only mention Charlo when it comes to Canelo Alvarez. It's an LDBC narrative. It's an LDBC narrative. If you're in the LDBC, I need you to do 2 things. The first thing I need you to do is slap yourself for being in the LDBC. And the second thing I need you to do is step in the chat so you can get bodied right now. Because that weak pandering narrative won't work with us. If you're in the LDBC, if you support that propaganda, step in the chat and come get bodied right now because you don't want the truth. You don't like facts. You're a fanboy. And everybody that supports and likes the LDBC are fanboys. Let's be honest and unbiased. D, what do you think about this Jamal Charlo, Canelo, duck talk, fight talk? What do you think about this, D?
Jamal Charlo,
D, I said it last time. Take the M&Ms out your mouth. You're on mute.
Oh, shit. All right. I'm good now? All right, check it out. Like I said before, Jamal Charlo is a fake and a fraud and a part-time broad. Just that simple, bro. This dude don't want to do anything. Why would Canelo duck somebody that don't want to do nothing? He's no threat. He's no threat to anything. The man just got offered a lifetime payday, more money than he's 10 times more money than he's ever made, for legacy, for unification. And he should have been answered that call. Why are we even talking about Canelo? Jamal Charlo is not going to do anything. He hasn't fought anyone in his whole career to even prepare him for Canelo. How do you guys even feel he has a shot at Canelo? He hasn't fought the level of competition that's going to prepare him for Canelo. He has no one in his camp that he could call that could get him ready for Canelo. Why would he duck him? And can he beat him? No, he's a two, just like Nuke said.
Hold on, we got a little confusion. Albie said DT3 said recently in a stream that Charlo was in fact the mandatory for Canelo. Can we get some clarification from DT3 in your rebuttal? You know what? Me and DT3, that's my brother from another mother. And I'm going to tell you this. You know what? The clarification here is, is that Jamal Tune-Up Charlo has never been made a mandatory opponent for Saul Canelo Alvarez. It's just never happened. So, that's just the actual fact about it. I think DT3 may have just misspoke on that one. We make mistakes. We're all human beings, but that's all it is. He's never been a mandatory. Even Jamal Charlo went on to admit that he's not even upset about, never being made mandatory for Canelo Alvarez. He has no problem because what he's doing is clout chasing. So let's keep on these fanboys next. Hold on. We got another fanboy. Oh, and DT3 said, when did I say that? Stream. See, DT3 got to pull it out. We just got to pull him out. And then Anthony Lumar with his fake Walmart jury on, with his dollar store jury. Anthony, stop playing with yourself, man. He said, why is Canelo not at middleweight no more? First of all, I don't even know if that's how you form a sentence, and you didn't spell Canelo right at all. Somebody get this dude hooked on phonics because he don't even know how to spell, read, or write. But let me explain to you something, and I'll be happy to help you out, my brother. And this is a one-time and one-time only courtesy. Church is in session. School is in session. And let me explain this to you, Anthony. Canelo's not at middleweight at the current moment because what does beating a guy like Jamal Charlo do for your legacy? So if Canelo beat Jamal Charlo, is that a bigger win than beating Sergey Kovalev, winning a fourth title in a fourth division? No, it doesn't. It doesn't put you in the Hall of Fame. What are you talking about? Let me explain you this. Why is Jamal Charlo at middleweight fighting guys at 154? Why did he fight Brandon Adams? Why did he fight Dennis Hogan come off a loss? And until you can answer that question, Anthony Lumar, turn the lights off, turn the oven on, and slap yourself. Let's keep going.
Let me dig in on him a little bit, just a little bit, Nuke. You idiot, Anthony Lumar, whatever your name is. When you jump 2 weight classes to achieve, you moron, you can't just jump back down to 160. See, that would be stupid because he would drain himself. So he's only not at 160 anymore because he went to achieve. He went to achieve greatness, which is what Jamal Charlo ain't even trying to do. Go ahead, Nuke.
Absolutely. And then my boy Romanian Mike says Boxing Ego must hate the IBFP. Not only does he hate the IBFP, let me explain to you how casual this guy is. Thank you, Romanian Mike. Look, this is how trash Boxing Ego is because I don't even know the dude. I must have told a story 1,000 times. I don't even know the dude. Somebody linked us and he blocked me on Twitter because he don't want the truth. He don't want the facts. He don't want the smoke. He knows that when we come with facts, they can't be denied. Facts cannot be denied. What are we talking about? Sporting Icons, D. He kept it 100. He said much bigger names for Canelo to fight than Charlo, right? Let's see how Charlo fights Eubank. And you know what? I can see Eubank winning that fight. He has power. And you look at, and Charlo does not move his head. He's a headhunter. He's one-dimensional, straight up and down. It's based on skill sets. Let's stop playing. We know the truth. Let's see the truth. We're going to keep the foot on these casuals' necks. Boxing Ego is a propaganda leader. LDBC is propaganda. These guys are propaganda. These guys have no facts. They have no truth. They bring nothing but bias. Steve Munoz says, IBFP, you should spar Ego. If anybody listens to Boxing Ego, if he want to spar, put $1,000 up. We'll spar, dear ref. We'll get it going. Let's go.
I'll be there.
And it'll be a dog fight. Ego gets stopped in 5. I'm going to call it now. He's getting stopped in 5.
I'll do it better than that, Nuke. I think you might stop him a little sooner because he got little love handles hanging on over there. He might gas out.
But he got to get permission from his mama to get let out the basement first. We want all the smoke. We want all the smoke. If there's any fanboys in the chat, see, I know there's fanboys hiding in the chat. Wait till I go off of live stream and then step in and say, hey, you're biased. Well, come on now. Come on now. Let's debate. Let's debate. Anthony, step into the chat, you coward. You said you want to debate. Born in 1982 or whatever your name is. You got body. Step in the chat. Maurice, chapped lips. Step back in the chat. Anybody that want it, you can get it right now in the day. D, they don't want it. They don't want it.
Right. And Anthony L. Nuke got a rule here, and I love his rule. You put a fact in the chat, and then he'll send a link because he just put a message up, send the link. You don't deserve the link until you put a fact in the chat. Well, you ain't giving us no facts yet, so you don't need no link up here yet. We need to hear a fact, and then you can come up here and gladly get bodied because by the first few comments you got, I don't think you want to come up here on this chat.
Here's the problem with Anthony. He said, send a link. When you look, you got to earn a link. Unlike you didn't earn that cheap fake jewelry you got on your neck green. You got to earn this, and you got to give something real. You got to give some facts. You're not giving facts. You have no truth. Period. Period.
Right.
Period.
Right. You need a credit score of at least 750 to get on here. Yours at 225, so no cigar.
And look, let's go ahead and just make this a double header. IBFP and Sporting Icons against Ego and Marcelo's Wilder. And they both got weak chins. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's stop playing. These dudes don't want the truth. And, we got a guy that said Deontay Wilder whoops AJ. Sparky. Now, I'll tell you this, Sparky. If Wilder lands, he could stop AJ. That's very possible. Wilder has one of the strongest right hands, maybe the strongest right hand in boxing, period. I would never deny a fact like that. He does have legitimate power. It's fight-changing power, and he can put you to sleep. I can never deny a true and honest fact. But what another fact is, Deontay Wilder has lost rounds against tomato can after tomato can after tomato can. He's lost rounds against Gerald Washington. He's lost rounds against Arthur Spilka, Eric Molina, Luis Ortiz. Anthony Joshua wipes the floor with all of those dudes. Not even a second. Not even a second. So Anthony Joshua, all he has to do is go in, box Deontay Wilder, and stop him within the first 5 rounds before Wilder can even find a range. And Anthony Joshua has the power. Wilder has never been in with an elite level puncher, and he's never been in with a pressure fighter. Period. Period. Those are 2 styles he's avoided for a reason. There's a reason Wilder don't want to fight Dillian Whyte. Because he knows that left hook is dangerous.
Right. And digging into that comment just a little more, Wilder whoops AJ. See, that's why fanboys are so blind. Because if Wilder knocks out AJ, that's one punch, which it will be for Wilder, one punch. But he would never whoop AJ. He would never whoop him because he cannot box. It's just that simple. He would probably do what he did with Ortiz if that was to happen. He would get his ass whooped for however many rounds until he finds that one punch. But he won't whoop AJ. He won't whoop any of the top heavyweights because he's beneath them when it comes to the skill level. The only thing he can do is try to get that right hand in there and knock him out. But the odds of Wilder whooping any of them, forget about it, bro. You're a fanboy with that statement. You make no sense with that statement.
And then we see Anthony Lumar. He's talking about Brazil. We're not talking about it. What are you talking about? Somebody please teach this dude how to read, write, and learn and recognize his shapes and colors. Because this guy's an absolute idiot. You can't even form a proper sentence. I don't know what you're saying, and that ain't how you spell Brazil, stupid. Get back on here with a fact and actually spell it right so we can understand. If we're going to get on here, we're going to debate, we're going to be honest and unbiased. Let's go. Let's be honest. These guys are making crackhead statements that are not true.
Right. And what is it that you want to talk about Brazil anyway? The fact that Brazil is defensively irresponsible and got laid out with a right hand in the first round because he can't fight? Or did you want to talk about the fact that Brazil is such a low-level boxer that AJ completely pummeled him for 7 rounds and then stopped him? What is it that you want to talk about Brazil? But see, that's why you can't get up here, because you're saying stupidness. Put a fact in there.
And now I'm going to tell you this, Romanian Mike. Yes, Deontay Wilder's pretty much stopped everybody he's been in the ring with. The only thing I'll tell you is this. When you fight tomato cans, there's levels of competition. He doesn't have a fighter that he's knocked out the level of Dillian Whyte. He doesn't have a fighter on his resume because he didn't knock out Tyson Fury. That's what people tend to forget. Dillian Whyte has a better resume than Deontay Wilder. Let's be real. He has a better resume than Deontay Wilder. Stop playing. These dudes are smoking. They're not explaining the truth because they're biased fanboys, D. These dudes don't want the truth.
Yeah. Dillian Whyte easily has a better resume than Wilder. You know why? Because he's fought way more top 10 opponents than Wilder. Period. Just that simple. That just shuts it all down right there. Look at the number of top 10 opponents Wilder's faced versus Dillian Whyte. And it's a damn shame because he has 10 title defenses. Come on, man. Y'all need to stop with these narratives. Just stop it.
Oh, my gosh. And we got a great one here. And Romanian Mike says, Luis Ortiz is better than Dillian Whyte, though. Who is Luis Ortiz beat? No, because I'm happy to do this. We call the IBFP, the landlord for a reason, because we serve evictions. We serve eviction. And Romanian Mike, your rent is late. It's time to pack your bag. You've been booted. Now, Romanian Mike, let me explain it to you. Luis Ortiz does not have one name on his resume better than a Joseph Parker. He simply does not. That's just one fighter Dillian Whyte has fought. To be honest and unbiased, Luis Ortiz is an old man who's never been a world champion, who's never done anything in his career, and who does not have a good resume. But you're saying he's better than Dillian Whyte. So if we're going to say he's better than Dillian Whyte, what fight has he had to prove that? Because the 2 times he stepped up, he's got knocked out. Who has he ever beat? He had an opportunity to fight Anthony Joshua, record payday. He passed on it. Why? Exactly. That's why. He wanted Deontay Wilder to knock him out, his daddy, instead of Anthony Joshua. Let's be honest and unbiased.
Yeah, you cleaned him up. I ain't got nothing. Eviction time. Pack it up. Mike, you my man too. Romania Mike, my man. But no, Luis Ortiz, man, come on, bro. Just like Luke said, it's pretty simple. The only time he stepped it up, he got slept twice. That's not like he's not better than Dillian Whyte, bro. And what he's done doesn't prove that he's better than Dillian Whyte. So,
look, the fact that anybody can say, mention ancient alien Luis Ortiz, and in the same sentence as Dillian Whyte, who's trying to fight everybody. Dillian Whyte's right now trying to fight, Andy Ruiz Jr. That's smoke. This dude is not as shy. He's taking constantly 50-50 fights. He fought Oscar Rivas, a dangerous opponent, for the mandatory spot, and Oscar Rivas dropped him in that fight. But you know what? Dillian Whyte outboxed him beautifully with his jab throughout the fight. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. Come on now. Let's be honest and unbiased. And this is a fake narrative. Dillian Whyte never ducked Luis Ortiz. Luis Ortiz is not an opponent. That makes no sense. That's another LDBC narrative. Who needs to duck Luis Ortiz? They said Anthony Joshua ducked Ortiz until they sent him that. And then what happened? What happened?
Right. And it gets worse, Marky, because not only did you say that idiocy about Dillian Whyte ducked Ortiz, then you turn around and say, and Brazil, too. Are you kidding me? He ducked Brazil? No, see, this is where you confused. What the WBC did for whatever reason is while Dillian Whyte was ranked number 1, they made Brazil the title contender. So, how did he duck him? If anything, he would have beat the hell out of Brazil so that he could make sure that he got into that Wilder fight next. If he's going to take on a Ruiz, if he takes on a Oscar Rivas, what the hell would he duck Brazil for? Brazil's a low-level fighter. So I hope that answers your effing question. You know what I mean? You're a casual, and you're an idiot, and you don't deserve to be up here either. Next.
Javon Burgess says, okay, D dumb now, LOL. So how is D dumb, Javon?
Yeah, break it down.
How is D dumb? Because we don't send stuff on here unless you can back it up. How is he dumb? What did he say that's not a fact? What did he say that's not a fact? See, what we do is we do a fact-finding mission. Give us a fact you can jump on. Salute to Beetlejuice, my brother. Salute to Manuel. Salute. See, if anybody wants to smoke, you got to give me some facts. You got to give me some facts. And look, I respect you, Romanian Mike, but you haven't given us a fact. No fact. You don't see. This is Anthony Lumar saying he swear he listened to us and laughed because he don't hear any facts. You don't understand what a fact is. Anybody with fake jury can't understand a fact. Anybody with shades on inside doesn't understand a fact. You're wearing a poodle as a hat. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
And then Anthony L. First, another thing is you have to be knowledgeable. So you have to understand the facts and know what the facts are. You don't know shit about boxing. So of course you wouldn't hear the facts because you don't know what they are.
Hold on, and the Boone Man has to debunk a fake narrative. See, they tried to call him out. Boone Man DT3, the floor is yours, my brother.
Man, look, check this out. With this whole little Luis Ortiz bullshit, nobody wanted to fight him. Where was y'all at when Luis Ortiz called Anthony Joshua pussy? Where was y'all at when Luis Ortiz was on Twitter telling Eddie Hearn, he tagged him in the post and said that he wants a Joshua fight and he's ready. Then, shortly after that, what happened? Big Baby Miller pissed dirty, and what did Eddie Hearn do? He took Luis Ortiz up on his offered him the greatest payday of his career of $7 million, and he turned that down to fight Wilder for only $500,000 to $800,000. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here with that shit. And to all y'all that shit on Dillian Whyte for not fighting Ortiz, saying he ducked Ortiz. When Dillian Whyte gave him an offer for $2 to $3 million, he turned it down to fight Wilder for what? $500K. Then Dillian Whyte fights Oscar Rivas, who was a younger, hungrier, stronger heavyweight and more accomplished as an amateur than Luis Ortiz. So by saying that, that means he's the better fighter of the two. And he beat him, and y'all still want to talk about him fighting Ortiz when he already beat the better fighter in Oscar Rivas. I'm done.
And hold on, and his only fact is Wilder stopped 99% of his opponents. What does that prove? That doesn't prove your argument. That's not a fact that strengthens your argument. Beating 99% of out of 100 tomato cans means nothing. How does that prove that Deontay Wilder beats Anthony Joshua? How does that prove Dillian Whyte was ducking Luis Ortiz? I'm not understanding the logic and the theory behind any of this.
Yeah.
And then Javon says Dillian Whyte is so trash. Because you don't like his style doesn't mean he's trash. He's getting wins. Deontay Wilder has a disgustingly terrible style. It just ends in a knockout if he's fighting Can. We've never seen Deontay Wilder fight a guy the level of Dillian Whyte with a hook that's strong.
And we talking about a Wilder who ducked a unification with Charles Martin to fight a Johan Duhaupas.
Yeah. And I guess that makes a lot of sense. So I'm dumb and Dillian Whyte is trash. Boy, you really laid it down for us.
Anthony Kumar says Fury ducked Ortiz.
Who is Ortiz? Y'all putting all this hype on Ortiz. Ortiz has never been a world champion, ever. He's never beat any top 10 anybody. Well, that's because they don't want to fight him. If Ortiz was a dude worth fighting, trust and believe somebody other than Deontay Wilder would have fought him. Trust and believe. It's no credit in that. Only to you fanboys of Wilder, you LDBC narrative pushing fucks. It's shit to y'all, not to real boxing fans, hardcore boxing fans. We know the truth about Ortiz. He's an old dude, and let's keep it a buck. If Dillian Whyte beat Ortiz, guess what y'all gonna say? Ortiz was old. Y'all still won't give the man no credit. So shut that up. Shut it up.
Mr. Perfect just put something silly in there. Gotta hit that comment. He said AJ, he just went down the list. They all ducked Ruiz. And he got proof. So give us some proof, Mr. Perfect. Put it in the chat. Please give us some proof.
Mr. Perfect, give us the proof, and I'll put you on right now.
Right.
And then, and hold on, I got one for my friend Romanian Mike. And Romanian Mike, let me find his comment where he said that he gave us a fact and he deserves the link because he has a 99% knockout rate. Here's the problem. Deontay Wilder actually has a 95% knockout rate because he has not had 100 fights, so it doesn't equal to a 99% knockout rate. Guess again, stupid. Let's keep it going.
I ain't messing with you, Mike, my dude, bro. But yeah, Mike, we all for that one, dog. He can't do that here. I'm telling you now.
Facts can't be
not me in that chat.
Salute to Jessica. We see you, D. This is a real one. We got her in the building.
Yeah, I know about Jessica. She know her shit, bro.
She know about
straight up.
That's for real. Let's go. Come on now. These guys don't want the truth. They don't want anything else. D, you got any closing statements, my brother?
I don't, bro. I just finished cooking right before I shut my live down. I said, "Oh, my boy on. Let me shut this down. I'm going over there." So I was in cooking mode, but I appreciate you, man. It's always a good time because these fanboys don't know anything, and you guys make it easy and exciting for us. So keep it coming and keep doing your thing, man. Ibfp Raw. If you ain't subscribed, you better subscribe right now for the love of sports.
Let's talk about it. Salute. It's your landlord.